My grandmother used to say, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it. So let me explain the scam problem simply. Companies wanted to save money, so they moved customer service to countries where people work for $10 a day instead of $15 an hour. Those customer service workers need access to your information to help you, so they can see everything: Social Security numbers, bank accounts, addresses, and medical records, and they're making $10 to $15 per day. Here is the simple math. A worker makes $300 to $450 a month. Your data is worth $50 to $500 per record. If they have access to thousands of records, they're handling hundreds of thousands of dollars in value while making poverty wages. Could you resist that temptation? This isn't theoretical. Look at the pattern. In 2016, over 600 arrested in Indian IRS scam raids. In 2019, a Trent Micro employee sold 10,000 customer records. And in December of 2024, Coinbase customer service agents were bribed and $20 million was stolen. In 2025, Taskus in Jamaica lost their contract for selling customer data. And these are just the cases that made the news. Verizon's CrowdStrike 2024 data breach report found that 60% of all data breaches comes from insider threats. Not hackers, not phishing, insiders. Now ask yourself, who did your bank just hire as insiders by outsourcing to the lowest bidder? The cybersecurity industry wraps this up in jargon: data breach, insider threat, compromised credentials, third-party vendor risk. They make it sound like some mysterious technology problem, but it's not. It's a people in poverty with access to valuable things problem. My grandmother would understand this in 30 seconds. In fact, your retirement account probably funded this system. Vanguard and BlackRock, who manage most 401ks, are major investors in Teleperformance and Concentrix, the biggest outsourcing companies in the world. So your retirement money paid for the call centers where workers sold your data to scammers. You funded your own scam. My grandmother would ask one question: why did you give poor people access to millions of dollars worth of data and expect nothing to happen? That's it. That's the whole problem. And here's what makes me angry. You did not authorize this. You didn't say, yes, send my Social Security number to a worker making $10 a day. But you did e-sign those terms of service, and it's all in the fine print nobody reads. The companies you trust chose their profits over your security. The conversation needs to change. Stop blaming victims for clicking links and start demanding corporate accountability. Ask your bank, who has access to my data and how much are you paying them? Follow the money, like my grandmother would. I'm Sherry Sperlin, a 30-year financial services veteran and scam survivor. I explain the corporate infrastructure behind fraud simply the way my grandmother would. There's links to my books and free resources below. I hope you'll subscribe because, as my grandmother would say, the truth is usually simple. It's the lies that are complicated.